Good morning, traders, and Merry Christmas. Christmas Day is upon us almost. Guys, today we've got so much to get through. There's so many trade ideas for today. But first of all, we'll do the look back at yesterday's trades. We'll look at today's potential trades, of which there are 8 million. And we'll also look at the important news for today as well, guys, all right? Before I do, a couple of shout outs. Thanks for Trader Nick and A1 Trading. Always enjoy being on your show. Thanks for having me last night. Secondly, guys, our Discord channel. Come join it. You won't be disappointed. Loads of great things on there. Just click on the link in the video description. Thirdly, our live stream. Again, thanks to everyone who turned up yesterday on our live stream. We love interacting with you. And again, guys, we'll do it next Wednesday, 6:30 a.m. London GMT. Come join us for that. Ask as many questions as you like. And fourthly, my mentorship program, guys. If you would like to be mentored one-on-one with myself, then drop us an email. We'll send you the details. All the information for all of these things are in the video description. Okay, let's start with yesterday's trades then, guys. So the first trade idea was this. It was the Aussie dollar against the Swiss franc. All right. And we were looking to short this pair for obvious reasons, yeah. Price was in this horrible choppy price action, but then eventually it broke down. All right, guys, so we've been taking shorts from this candle and the other day this candle, guys. Okay, so this was the candle we were looking to take shorts from. We were looking to come from this grey zone or even this grey zone. Okay. So let's take a look at the H1 and see what happened in more detail. So for me, guys, on the H1, yeah, this looks like a feasible trade. So price came down, came back up to our grey area, and then we got this bearish reaction. All right, guys, and I remember looking at this while I was doing the live stream with you yesterday. And you could have entered here, but you wouldn't have hit target. Yeah, target was back down to the H1. Okay, and we also had this candle. All right, but I didn't enter this trade. Okay, these are definitely bearish entry candles, but like I always tell you guys, look at the candlesticks on the H4. What are they telling you? Okay, and if we zoom in, guys, the candlesticks on the H4, basically once we've hit this level, the candlesticks are becoming bullish. Okay, and then the bearish candlesticks have these wicks on the bottom of them. All right, so these green candles combined with these wicks here is telling me buying pressure. And then once we see this candle here, this green candle, yeah, all bets are off, yeah. This is definitely pushing higher, okay? So I think price will get up to this grey zone, all right? And then we'll get a reaction here. Okay, so yeah, for me, for these H4 candles and just reading these candles, I stayed out of this pair, guys, okay? Funnily enough, this will be a trade idea for today, and I'll show you this, you know, on the trade ideas section. But I think once price gets into this grey zone, which I think it will with this buying pressure that I just showed you, then we're going to look for shorting opportunities. All right, so I just think with this pair, it needs a bit more room to retrace. Okay, so that's why I didn't trade this pair, guys. The next one from yesterday was Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. And again, we were looking to short this pair. All right. And remember, we had some room to move into down to this target. Okay. If I zoom back in, let's look at why we were shorting it. So price was clearly in a downtrend. Okay. And we had this box of indecision followed by a bearish candle. Okay. So yeah, normally, like I say, this is my bread and butter, this box of indecision followed by a bearish candle. The problem is it's so bearish. And I can't help but think this needs more room to retrace. I tell you why I think that more so now is because of the green candle, guys. Yeah. If this candle was just gonna go, it would go. Yeah. But instead we've got a green candle. So again, with this one, I think we're gonna have a bit of a retrace before we start coming back down, guys. Okay. Again, let's look at the H1 to see what actually happened. And as you can see, guys, let's do this. Let's zoom in a bit. And as you can see, price did come up into, it literally just touched our grey zone. Okay. But to be honest with you guys, we never got a candle or anything that told us that sellers had taken control of this market. Yeah, this candle didn't. None of these did. Yeah, this candle didn't. So if anything, guys, there was just buying pressure. Yeah, there's buying pressure up into this grey zone. And once we got to this grey zone, no candle told me that we could start shorting this pair. All right, guys. So again, no trade on Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Sit on your hands, guys, if you do not have a good setup. Yeah, that is the golden rule of trading. The next one was Swiss franc, Japanese yen. And this one was a little bit different because we did have a reaction. But first, let's look at the day chart, guys, and why we were trading it. Okay, so it's quite clear to see, guys, that price action was disgusting. Yeah, then price dropped and we had lower lows. And this is the last high. And price came all the way back up to retest this last high. Okay, we were looking for shorts from this candle. And then, of course, we had this very large bearish candle. And we were looking for shorts from this as well. Potentially this grey zone or even this grey zone. But again, the problem with this one is, guys, was how much will it retrace? And because of the bullish candle we had yesterday, I think we have more room to retrace before we start shorting this pair. And I believe this to be the case on a lot of yen pairs. Okay, so yeah, I need to see more retracement because we saw a bullish candle form yesterday. If we drop down to the H1 chart now, guys, yeah, we did get a setup. So price come to our grey zone and we got this bullish candle form. All right, guys, once I see this bullish candle form, yeah, I then drop down to the M15. Okay, so let's drop down to the M15 chart. And this is that bullish candle here, that bullish reaction on the H1. Okay, and then what I'm looking for, guys, is a breakdown in M15 structure. All right, so what did we see? So price coming up to this grey zone was obviously, it always will be in an uptrend. And then price came all the way back down, okay? And then this is just overnight action, guys, yeah? But we never get a break of this low, yeah? This last M15 low. So potentially, if we get a break and it comes down, we could start shorting this pair. But I think this pair needs more room to retrace into. Okay, let the market tell us what it's going to do. But I think on the yen pairs, we need more room to retrace. Okay, so again, I didn't have a setup on Swiss franc Japanese yen, guys. So yesterday, I sat on these hands and things just didn't set up or give me enough confluence and therefore confidence to enter the trade, guys. All right, so yeah, I didn't have a trade yesterday. But let's take a look at today's trades now, and there are thousands. Okay, let's take a look. Guys, so a sit on our hands day yesterday. But again, if you enjoyed the recap, then come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button, guys, and smash the like button. Thank you very much. It really helps with supporting the channel. Right, so before I start the trade ideas for today, guys, three things. First of all, our Discord channel. Come join it. Loads of traders on there sharing great ideas. So join the Discord channel. The link is in the video description. Secondly, guys, don't forget our live stream. Thank you very much to everyone who turned up yesterday. Really enjoyed interacting with you and answering all of your questions. But we do these every Wednesday, 6:30 a.m. London GMT. Get your questions ready. Come join us. And thirdly, guys, if you would like to be mentored by myself one-on-one, send us an email and we'll give you the details. Again, all the information is in the video description. All right, my editor's happy. I'm happy. The sun is shining. Let's look at all these trade ideas for today, guys. There are loads. Let's start with looking at a couple of the pound US dollar pair. Not the pound US dollar pairs, the US dollar pairs. So the first one is this. It's the pound against the US dollar. And I'm showing you this, guys, because this candle, has broken the lows of the previous wick and broken out of this grey zone. You can see the low of this candle just breaks this low. All right. So for me, we've broken below this grey zone. And this is an important grey zone because it was once resistance. Then when it broke, becomes support, but then it's broke again. All right, so structurally, we've just had a bit of a break of that grey zone. All right, so that's what we're seeing on the day chart. So I think we can start looking for shorts, guys. Okay, my target, let's put a target in, would be this area here. I would make it the psychological level of 1,2000. Okay, so 1,2000, this would be my psychological level, guys. So I think we can take price down to here. Okay, let's drop down now to the lower time frame. So let's look on the H1, guys, and see what we are seeing. Just delete that. Okay, well, let's start with the H4, guys, actually. So even on the H4, guys, you can see structurally we've had this break, and the low of this candle, has broken all of these lows as well. So we just want to see where it can retrace into before it comes lower. But the price action here is very scruffy. Let's go back to the H1. So I think, guys, this last high, this last high area here, okay, I think this could be a potential area for us to start looking for shorts. So in here, guys, if we get a bearish reaction at this last H1 high, then I think we can enter the trade, take it back down to these lows, close 80%. This is how I roll, and then let 20% run, guys. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking for. If this H1 structure starts breaking, then I'm not interested, guys. So this area here, guys, we're looking for shorts. Next one, guys, I've got to get through lots, guys. There's a lot of trade ideas, about 7 trade ideas for today. So that's what we're seeing on pound US dollar. Let's take a look at another US dollar pair, and it's New Zealand US dollar. Okay, and again, guys, if we look at the day chart, we pinpointed this grey zone. So it was clearly in an uptrend. Use this area as support. But again, this candle from yesterday, the low of this candle just about broke this low and these lows. So we do have a lower low, and we've had a break of this grey zone. So again, guys, I think we could take price back down to this psychological of 6,200. Okay. Again, guys, I'm only going to follow H1 structure, because if price starts breaking H1 structure, I think we could potentially come back up to here before we go lower. Okay. So let's drop down and look at that H1 structure, guys. So here we go. This is the important level. Okay, there's a grey zone within a grey zone, but you can see that, okay, guys. So for me, for this to carry on, this area here needs to hold. Okay, if we get a bearish reaction here, I think we can enter the trade and at least take it back down to these last lows. Okay, close 80% and then leave 20% to run. But again, guys, I'm going to be quite strict on the H1 structure with pound US dollar and New Zealand US dollar, because if it breaks this, I think we have room back up to maybe daily highs or even like a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so that's what we're looking for on New Zealand US dollar. Next trade idea. I said, guys, there's lots. Next one is, okay, some CAD pairs. Okay, because as we know, guys, the CAD pairs have been overbought. Okay, and New Zealand Canadian dollar, this is what we're looking at, and this is one of them. All right, guys. So, yeah, as you can see, yeah, this grey zone here was that weekly resistance level that we looked at. All right, let me show you it, actually. Let's not just say we looked at it. Let me show you what we looked at. So, yeah, guys, this weekly level here. Yeah, look, it's been important historically, and it continues to be important. And look at this red candle that we're getting on the weekly chart. If that stays like that, yeah, we have room down to here. Okay, so on the weekly chart, that's what we're seeing. And then on the daily chart, look at this, guys. Look how red candles have taken over. During this uptrend, look how pathetic the red candles are. Okay, but now we start getting to this grey zone. Look at the red candles now, getting more and more red candles. In this zone, yeah, more red candles. On the uptrend, hardly any red candles. Okay, so just by looking at candlesticks, we can tell that sellers are in this market and taking control. Okay, so what do we want to do, guys? We want to short this potentially back down to this grey zone. Okay, this is the higher time frame target. Okay, this may take a few days, even weeks. All right, but let's take a look, guys. Let's take a look at the lower time frames now for our entry. Let's start with the H4, actually, guys. Okay, so, yeah, first of all, I think this could be an important zone here. Okay, so price reacted here, reacted here again, and it also reacted here. Okay, so this grey zone is a potential zone that we can start looking for shorts. Okay, so that's what the H4 is telling me. And then if we go to the H1, guys, what am I seeing? Okay, we've also got this area through here. Yeah, so this is also an important zone where potentially price could react. Yeah, it reacted here and it's reacted here. All right, so these are my couple of grey zones, guys. To be honest with you, I expect it to retrace up to here. Okay, and if it does, great. We'll enter the trade. We just need to see a bearish reaction, enter the trade, and then we can take price back down to these lows, close 80%, and then let 20% run. A bit more of aggressive trade is we could get in here, guys. Okay, so price comes up to here. We see a bearish reaction, maybe even wait for a breakdown in M15 structure. Okay, then we can take price back down to these lows, close 80%. And then leave some money to run. Okay, so New Zealand Canadian dollar, we're looking to short this pair. This is also, so let's look at the next CAD pair that we're looking at. And it's this, it's pound against the Canadian dollar. All right, and again, what are we seeing? So on the weekly chart, guys, it's a weekly level. Okay, I removed this grey zone because it's so large. All right, but this area through here, you can clearly see historically price has reacted many times. All right, and now it's reacting again. If we zoom into this, if we zoom in, you can see we're starting to see bearish candles. Obviously, this candle hasn't finished forming yet, but if this is bearish, we have room to the downside. Okay, so yeah, that's what we're seeing on the weekly chart. And then on the daily chart, yeah, again, look at those red candles entering the market. Yeah. Yeah, look at red, 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 red. All right. So, and yesterday formed a very bearish candle as well. Okay. So the idea is to get a bit of a retrace, and then take it back down to this not psychological level, but literally touches this last high. Okay, so I think this could be our first target. So let's see what's happening now on the lower time frames. Let me remove all of these old grey zones, and we'll plot some grey zones together today, guys. All right. So let's drop down to the H4 chart. What is this telling us? So this is telling us we have a bit of an area through here where price has reacted. Okay, let's make it here. Yeah, so price reacted here, here, and it's reacted here and here. Okay, so this is a grey zone. Then we're going to drop down to the H1 chart, guys, to see if that makes sense there. Yeah, and it does make sense. What I would probably do, pull this in a little bit. What I'd probably do, guys, is just take into account, yeah, I'll just move it a little bit. Maybe this. Okay, because I just want to take into account these highs, this last one here, and potentially this low. So I think this is a good grey zone, guys, for us to look at. Also, there is an area through here that we can also look at. Okay, so yeah, these will be our couple of grey zones, guys. Okay, we've got this area up here, this grey zone, where price has reacted many times. Okay, so this makes sense. So price could retrace all the way back up to here. If it does, great. We enter the trade after we see a bearish reaction. We can take price back down to here, close 80%, let 20% run. Or, guys, price could come up into this grey zone, which corresponds with these last lows here. Yeah, and remember, guys, this is a very nice pattern that we like. What was once support, when it comes back up, becomes good resistance. Okay, so in here, guys, if we see a bearish reaction, again, I think we can enter the trade, take price down to here, close some profit, let the rest run. Okay. Like I said, guys, lots of trade ideas. I even need to have some of my vodka this morning. Right. So, yeah, there's some of the New Zealand Canadian dollar and pound Canadian dollar. They're the Canadian pairs I'm looking to short. What do we have next? So done that one, done that one, done that one, done that one. Okay, let's look at this one now as well, guys. So pound against the Swiss franc. All right, guys, and this is currently dropping. This was an old target, guys. Let me remove this. So this was an old target. Let's remove that one. Okay, guys. So, yeah, what are we seeing on the day chart? So price rallied back up, yeah, to these highs over here. Didn't create a new high. Always a red flag. And then price structure started breaking down. Once we broke these lows, even these lows, yeah, with this candle here, yeah, then sellers are taking control of this market. And then look at all the red candles that are coming down as well. Yeah, really pay attention to the candles, guys. I speak to so many traders and they don't pay enough attention to candles and what they are telling you. Learn that skill. All right, so yeah, so we're obviously looking for selling to sell this pair, and just lots of selling pressure. And again, yesterday we had this candle. Okay, so this tells me we can take price back down to this last low here. Okay, my target is 1130 basically. And then let's drop down to the H4, yeah, and see what areas we can look at. Okay, it's not that clear. Let's look at the H1, guys, and see what we can see. Okay, so yeah, we've got this area through here. There's clearly an area through here. Okay, and even historically, if I pull this out, you can see it tapped here as well. So yeah, price has reacted here, 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 and here. Okay, so this is a good area. Okay, and potentially this area as well, guys. There's a bit of a area through here. Okay, so this could also be a potential area as well, guys. It's started over here, reacted here, 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 and here. Okay, guys, so we've got our grey zones mapped out, we can now, we can now do one of the following. So the first one, guys, price retraces all the way back up to here, testing these last highs. We get a bearish reaction, enter the trade, take profit back down to here. Or, guys, price could only retrace up to here, perhaps, because that daily candle is very bearish. Okay, we get a reaction. We could then take price back down to here and then, let it carry on to our higher time frame target. All right, so pound Swiss franc short. We're looking to short this pair as well. Guys, I told you, lots of trades. 2 more trades to look at, guys. And before I look at them, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis, and want to receive it every single day, receive these grey zones, where to trade from, then why not come join us? Subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash that like button. We would love to have you on our channel. Right. Next trade idea is this Aussie dollar Swiss franc. So this was a trade idea from yesterday. I still think this is a good trade idea. So let's start with the day chart, guys. So as you can see, price is clearly in a downtrend. It was in this horrible price action, sideways market, and then bang, we broke these lows. And also this candle here even broke these lows. Okay. So we're clearly in a downward structure. And then what we want to see, guys, is price. I'm going to remove this grey zone now. Okay. We want to see price potentially come up into this grey zone somewhere. I've actually placed an alert here, and then we can start taking price back down to these lows. All right. Let's look on the H1 chart to see what we're looking at. And this, you can see price was building up. Remember, we were looking for potential shorts here, but price just wanted to come up. All right, and I think it's going to continue to come up into this grey zone. Okay, and specifically this orange line, to be honest with you. Guys, what I want to see is price come back up into this grey zone. We get a bearish reaction somewhere in here. We can then enter the trade. We can take price back down to the last H1 lows. We don't know really where this is yet, but it could potentially be here. I would close 80% and then I'd let 20% run, guys. Okay, so Aussie dollar Swiss franc, we're looking to short this pair. And then finally, we made it. We made it, guys. Finally, the last trade for today as well is this. Is Euro Aussie dollar. Okay, so this is a bit of a day play, all right? So, as we know, guys, this is the day chart. Remember, price come up to here, and then we just simply got a box of indecision. This was one of those boxes of indecision, and then we got a break out of this box with this candle here. Okay, and we still haven't quite hit our blue higher time frame target, this 16,000 psychological level. All right, so I still think this trade is on, but I just think it needs to retrace a bit more into this grey zone, and then we can start coming back up. Okay, so let's go down to the H1, guys. So as you can see, price is breaking down, and it clearly wants to come back down to this grey zone. It's no surprise that price is attracted to support and resistance levels. That's what it's doing. It's coming down into this grey zone. And then once it hits this grey zone, guys, what do I want to see? So ideally, I want to see price come down. Maybe we get a bit of sideways action, and then we see a break of H1 structure. Okay, once we see this, we can then start taking this back up to these highs here. All right, so down into our grey zone, H1 price structure. Let's get in and start buying this pair. All right, guys. So like I said, lots of trade ideas. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 trade ideas. I was also looking at oil. Okay, but I just let's just do it. Let's take a quick look at oil, guys. Yeah, so again on the day chart, I remember discussing this on Trader Nick's show last night. Like I said, guys, price has been in this downtrend. But yeah, we've been finding a bit of buying pressure here. And I said if this high stays broken on the day chart, which it does with this candle, I think we can take price back up to these highs here. Okay, so we have a bit of room to move into. So also buys on oil today as well. All right, guys, I can't do any more trades. My voice is going to collapse. Okay, so let's take a look at the news now instead. Guys, if you're enjoying this daily morning analysis and want to receive it every single day, come join us. Subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and also smash the like button. Much appreciated. Right, okay, guys, so news for Thursday, the 22nd of December. So at 7 o'clock, London GMT, guys, we've got GDP figures coming out of the UK. So two lots of 3-star ratings, guys. This can really move the pound. And there's a lot of eyes on GDP figures at the moment as well. So must be aware of that, guys. We carry on down at 1:30 London GMT. Coming out of the US, we've got more GDP. So again, this can really move the US dollar. And at the same time, we've got some employment data. So again, this could really move the US dollar at 1:30, guys. And then after that, there is no other news, as you can see, that we're interested in, guys. All right. So yeah, that's the news. That's the vid. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.